The Sports Scouting Report with Lee Burkeen. Brought to you by Medine's Collision Center in Baton Rouge. Take control, choose Medine's. Grosse Savant Lodge, south of Lake Charles, the true sportsman's paradise. Treads and Care Company in Central, the tires you need, the service you want. Harvey Auto in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you have trusted for years. And Gage in Baton Rouge. Get better connected with Gage. Here's your host, Lee Burkeen.
Hi everyone, Lee Burkeen, host of the Sports Scouting Report podcast, also Louisiana Football Magazine. Go to wherever you get your podcasts and also YouTube. We've got a great show today, St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Hammond, Louisiana. Great Catholic school, great coaching staff. We're going to have two of their coaches join us, the head coach and one of the coordinators are going to join us. And they're brand new staff. We're going to talk about how they're rebranding with their uniforms, their helmets. We're going to have actually a sample of one of their helmets. When the head coach joins us, we're going to introduce him. And a lot of East Coast ties to the staff, which I think our audience will really love. I lived in Philly and in New Jersey, New York, Baltimore, in that area, so I'm glad to have these guys today. But we'll be right back with much more.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
What does that bug man do?
Not only do we do pest control, we do odor control, bat removal, moisture control, rodents, and of course, bed bug control. Give the bug man a call. We get them before they get you.
Welcome back, Lee Burkeen, your host of the Sports Scouting Report podcast. We got St. Thomas Aquinas High School, Hammond, Louisiana. Our first coach is a coordinator. Before we get into that, be sure to subscribe to our show. It's free, especially if you're one of the over 50 and you don't know how to do the YouTube thing. Just hit subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And then you can get our shows every week, which we do 2. We're going to start doing 3 a week again, which I do a radio version. And that's usually out-of-state calls and coaches from the NFL and, actually people from the East Coast with Louisiana ties. But today we have a special guest before we get to the head coach of St. Thomas Aquinas, who is a friend of the coordinator, Haydn Warren. Haydn, thanks for joining us.
Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Now, I hear and just found out from you today that you've only been in Louisiana not even a week.
Yes. Last Monday is when I drove in, packed the car, came on down, and it's been nonstop since.
Louisiana, this is how I get there, GPS.
That was it.
Now you're the offensive coordinator.
Yes, sir.
In Hammond, Louisiana, at one of the top private Catholic schools in their division in the state for baseball, football, many sports programs. How are you liking Louisiana so far?
I think it's great. Everybody's been very hospitable, generous. Everybody wants to feed me now that I'm here. I had my first crawfish boil, so I think I'm a full Louisianian now.
Get used to it. They're going to try to feed you, and you're going to have that diet that none of us are on right now, right?
Yeah.
You're a New Jersey native.
Yes, sir.
Tell everybody you're from East Brunswick. You said you played for a state championship team.
I did. Back in 2009, I was a part of a state championship team in one of the highest public school divisions. I had like close to 1,000 kids in my graduating class. Wow. It was a big school, and
wow.
I was grateful to be on that team.
So that's like a 4,000 enrollment almost per class?
3,000 plus, yeah.
Wow. It's like a college over there.
Oh, yeah. It was bigger than my college.
So you played tight end, you said.
I did.
And talent-wise, a lot of big guys in that league, right?
Oh, yeah. Our entire backfield went D1.
One of the top prep schools is out of New Jersey.
Bosco? Don Bosco
Yep. Prep.
Bergen Catholic.
Did you play them?
No. They were private. We were public. I think nowadays they would play each other eventually.
LSU just picked up a transfer from Camden, New Jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Duke Chestnut from Syracuse. Can you believe that?
Wow.
LSU's never had a corner from New York. So it's a first, and he was all Big East. I say Big East. There's no Big East in football, but he was all ACC. It's just weird saying ACC with Syracuse.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's 5'11", 200-pound corner from Camden.
Yeah. There's some dudes up there.
Yeah.
There's some players.
Not just basketball players,
No.
and baseball players.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of your head coach? I mean, he hired you. The reason you're here because it's Shane,
100%.
your head coach, who's going to be joining us.
Yeah, we have a great relationship. I met him when I was coaching at my alma mater, Widener University, right outside of Philadelphia. We built a strong relationship then, and we've stayed in touch ever since. And he got this opportunity, and he gave me a call, and he said, "Let's go. It's time to go."
I don't want to give any secrets out, but you being a coordinator, what is your philosophy? I know tight ends are known for blocking and smash mouth.
Yes.
Tight ends are not always catching the ball, but are you a smash mouth kind of guy?
I like to think I'm balanced. I like a little
Okay.
bit of both.
Okay.
Whatever is going to put our team in the best situation to win games and be successful, light up the scoreboard, everything like that. But I think it all starts with the foundation and building the trust with the players, especially for us coming down here.
Okay.
I think that's crucial.
Yeah, and I think it's cool that you're joining a guy that you met in Philly playing
yeah.
college ball,
Oh, yeah.
and y'all are now coaching at a small high school in Hammond, Louisiana. It's got a great tradition of winning.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun story to tell eventually.
Appreciate you joining us, Haydn.
Absolutely.
Glad
Thank
we
you for
could
having
introduce you to the state.
me. Absolutely.
And watch that diet now. I'm telling you, it's hard. It's hard to have a diet in Louisiana.
Whew.
We're going to be right back with the head football coach from St. Thomas Aquinas, who's brand new as well. We'll be right back.
Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life. Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back. Lee Burkeen, your host of the Sports Scouting Report podcast. We've got a great guest, the head football coach, Shane Mulhern, who's the head coach at St. Thomas Aquinas in Hammond, Louisiana, brand new. Thank
Pleasure
you
to
for
be
joining
here,
us.
Lee. Thank you, President.
Philly native.
That's right. That's right.
I've got to talk about it because I lived in Philly for 6 months, Cheltenham High School, built tennis courts, did all the concrete. It wasn't the most glorious job, but I was able to, the best Italian food I've ever had in my life.
That's right. Yes.
And we're at an Italian restaurant today. Mike's going to love that.
That's right.
But Mike Johnson, we're here at the Giulio Italian Brothers restaurant here on Perkins Road near Acadian and LSU. Give them a plug. Thanks. Support them. Homemade Italian food, but the best Italian food outside of our place here today. I was telling you about the cheese fries that I, as an outsider, was the best ever in Philly.
I mean, some of the food up there, the identity that it has culturally is just, it's unlike anywhere else.
So, Coach, you're new, and you were telling me that you're commuting until you move, but you live in Long Beach, Mississippi.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
A couple of miles away.
Couple. Yeah. So, to me, it's honestly just been a blessing to be able to be at St. Thomas this spring. This is the reason why I'm in that transitionary period. We were at St. Stanislaus last year. So, hence why Long Beach, that's the reason. But with how fast things had moved in this period to be able to get with St. Thomas Aquinas and lay the foundation for what we're trying to do this spring, I mean, it was a wonderful opportunity to get over here quickly and do what needs to be done.
St. Thomas Aquinas, a great prep school. I mean, when I say prep school, I mean the school in Mississippi had, Miles Brennan, who went to LSU, Stephen Peterman, who was played in the NFL. It is a long list of history from the school you came from.
That's right.
I mean, it got you ready for this job.
Well, 100%. It was such a unique opportunity. I mean, I was coaching college football in Eastern Pennsylvania prior, and I had known Nate Encarpera, the former head football coach at St. Stanislaus, and he found a way to get my wife and I to come visit, and it was amazing. I mean, my wife really fell in love with the whole deal, and I was just completely taken away by the the culture of the coast, and what football means to the community in this part of the woods. And that was always the vision that I shared and that I had, and I thought it could be an incredible opportunity to immerse myself professionally down south. So, and it ended up being a tremendous opportunity.
Shane, what I like too is that at St. Thomas Aquinas, y'all can get kids from Covington, you can get kids from Mandeville, you can get kids from Ponchatoula, your neighbor. So being a private school, you have a big radius to pull from. Tickfall, Independence.
Yeah, the number one thing when I think about, how do we sustain a program that's going to grow with success and redefine kind of our vision for what we're trying to do, at the end of the day, we know what we can control, and we're trying to maximize those things and create an environment where young men, they want to be a part of what we're building. And really good things happen when you're able to do those things. So that's the primary focus right now.
Great history with baseball there.
Absolutely.
So, football can be like baseball.
That was the biggest thing I saw. When I went through the process with St. Thomas, I felt that when you look at the history and the tradition and, really what they've been able to do in those other sports, I felt like this was a high-achieving, highly competitive environment with those types of families around and those members in the community. And, football has an opportunity now to take its rightful place right alongside those other programs.
When we come back, we're going to talk about the facilities. We've got pictures that Coach gave us, and we're going to have highlights of two of his players that Coach sent us. And also famous alumni. Ed Alexander went to LSU, D-tackle, big-time D-tackle, went to St. Thomas Aquinas. And also Cameron Dantzler, Coach is going to talk about where he's playing now. Not Minnesota anymore, but one of the top young corners in the NFL. Cameron Dantzler, I remember seeing him play quarterback at St. Thomas. I went to a game. He was 6'3", 160, soaking wet.
That's
now
right.
he's 6'3", 210, playing corner in the NFL. We'll be right back.
What does that bug man do?
Not only do we do pest control, we do odor control, bat removal, moisture control, rodents, and of course, bed bug control. Give the bug man a call. We get them before they get you.
Gros Savon Lodge, the true sportsman's paradise. Gros Savon Lodge has fresh and saltwater fishing, alligator hunting, waterfowl hunting, and eco tours located south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Give them a call at 337-598-2357. That number to call again is 337-598-2357, and have the time of your life.
We're back with Coach Mulhern, who is the head coach at St. Thomas Aquinas in Hammond, Louisiana, a Philly native, coached college ball, coached in Mississippi at one of the top programs in Mississippi on the coast. And look, this segment we're going to be able to show off the program. First of all, the helmet. This is a branding. Coach, explain this. This is new colors.
Yes, it is. So
not maroon anymore.
No, well, we're excited to really go for more of when we kind of came into this thing, I wanted us to be able to make a statement with our presentation, and black is going to become a big picture of who we are. And I've just always loved black. I think it's sharp. I think it's clean. I think the kids love it.
Your last school.
That's right. Right. So I've always been a big fan. Strathaven High School, where I had played, black is a primary color for us. And so we are really excited about what we're going to do. We're going to have new home, new away uniforms, along with our new helmets. And what we don't see here is, we're also going to have decals and things of that nature that I think are really going to pop, really going to shock. So we're really excited about that.
Very sharp helmet. And then the decals will make it complete. It's going to be pretty neat for the kids. I would be excited playing at the program. And look, we're going to roll some pictures. Nolan showed the pictures of the baseball field. They're going to just keep showing pictures, but the different facilities, Coach doesn't see it right now because we put them in. This is a taped show, but we've got all these pictures that Coach gave me that are, the facilities are fine. It's nice. You got a lot of room in the back.
Well, that's it. I love the layout. It's really friendly, right? It's going to give us the opportunity, like as we talked about, to be able to expand, which we're trying to do.
You need a car to get to the back.
Right. Yeah,
right. It's a good little walk.
Yeah, we have room. We have room to grow, and we're excited because right off the jump this spring, we're already making improvements to our facilities. One of the big ones that we're going to actually be working on this week is going to be really doubling the size of our weight room and our equipment. So, that's going to be a huge project along with the other things we're doing with our branding.
That's one of the pictures that Nolan, that coach gave me. If we could show that picture again. Coach said that y'all are getting 4 new racks.
Yes.
That's a lot of weights.
Oh, well, yeah. When you look at that left side of the weight room where we have those red 4 Olympic racks, we're actually going to be taking all that old equipment you see on the right, removing that, and then mirroring that side on the other side. I mean, it really does. It's going to double our capacity. It's going to double our efficiency and continue to push that professional product we're really trying to represent for our kids.
So turning our attention to your team, you got a lot of young guys, you got some older guys, a good little mix.
Yeah.
But we want to start off with some highlights of 2 of the players. Here's highlights of Casey Reed, who's an athlete, 224 kid. Talk about Reed, Coach.
Well, Case, what I love about him coming into this situation and starting to learn about the families and players that make this tick is he is somebody who, he's Ramon Andrews' brother, who was an elite athlete at St. Thomas Aquinas. His family is St. Thomas Aquinas through and through. He has passion in his play, and he's a high-level competitor, put simply. It's one of the first things that we look for as a staff in terms of, who are we going to demand leadership and who's going to be able to take care of this thing
right here,
the way that we want to do it culturally, and we're going to be leaning on him to be able to impart our culture to this football team.
A stud that I saw play last year's Kentrell Perry. We got some highlights on Perry. Another athlete could play, linebacker, running back, all over the field for you.
Yeah.
Stand-up DN.
That's it. Kendrell, we're so excited about him because of the skills that he brings to the table.
Got good size.
Elite competitor. He has great size, and he has great versatility within our scheme to be able to just compete and make a difference. And we're expecting big things from both of these young men this year.
Here's some kids I want to mention that Coach gave me that are young or guys that are leaders. Lincoln Crouch, an O-lineman, will be a senior, good big-time leader for you.
100%. He is an absolute workhorse on that offensive line.
Linebacker who's got a couple of years left, 225 guy, Deshad Sheridan.
Yep, he's a high-level competitor. He's bought into what we're doing right now. Excited for him.
Chase Allman, punter kicker.
100%.
Player. Najee Williams, who you're excited about.
I'm very excited about Najee. He is somebody that unfortunately last year his time got cut short on the field due to some bumps. But he is an elite athlete. He's a high-level competitor on the basketball team, and he's excited about what he's going to be able to do with us this year.
Quarterback is open, just so the parents know.
That's right.
Hey, see who can win the job, right?
That's right.
And a young O-line and a young defense.
That's right.
It's a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
spring.
But they're moldable, which I love. They're excited for this new scheme that we're going to be able to do defensively. We run a very unique scheme defensively that I've developed over the last 2 years.
Don't want to get the secrets out, though.
No, it's fine. A lot of it actually comes from influences, really a guy I look up to in the profession that really helped open my mind up about the scheme would be Manny Rojas, defensive coordinator at the University of Delaware. So he's a big influence, honestly, in what we have evolved to defensively and philosophy. So it's going to be a very exciting thing to watch on the field.
Notable alumni. Now, I don't know who this guy is, but I went on Wikipedia. I cheated, Coach. But an Ultimate Fighting Championship guy.
Right.
Class of 212. Pretty young guy.
Right.
Modestus, I think it's Bukauskas.
It should be, yeah. So I've actually seen his highlights. A couple
time
guys were watching it the other
fighter.
day in the gym. Yeah, I mean, how cool is that?
It's crazy.
Yeah, he's a big-time fighter.
They're doubling the weight room. They're getting new helmets, new uniforms, black. It's a sharp helmet.
Yeah,
Get that nice decal on it. And that look, already got the shirts going.
That's right.
Got a great young staff. And Coach, talk about some of the other things going on at the school, because I know if the principal watches, it's not just football. We want to promote the school a little bit. We talk about baseball. It's very good.
Right.
They host championship games.
That's right.
You got soccer. That's very good at the school.
100%.
Softball, I think, is pretty good. Girls basketball, boys basketball.
Yeah, I mean, again, what was
golf. Is pretty good.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job right now in the spring with golf. To me, when you look at what's happening right now, you have the leadership in the school that, I resonated with 100%. Athletic director Joshua Whitty, our principal Will Johnson. These are gentlemen that really are passionate about what we're doing, not only in the building, making the advancements for our kids in the classroom, but in our sports. And I love being able to talk and continue to work with them to be able to advance these things. Baseball, we're very young right now. As you knew last year, they were a senior-heavy team.
Yeah.
They have always been able to compete at a high level. But at the end of the day, you see that there's a community-level support in their high expectations that we have at the school, which is a rare combination.
A lot of support at the school.
That's it. That's a huge thing.
I've been to some games at St. Thomas, and it seems like if there's, I'm just throwing a number out. I mean, don't hold me to this. If there was 800 kids in the school, everybody's there. Like, every parent's there.
Yeah,
if there's 1,000 kids in the school, you're going to have 1,000 plus parents there.
Right.
But there are grandparents. I mean, and there's always good participation, too.
100%. I mean, that's what I've seen. Like, even basketball, they made a great run to the quarterfinal this year. And it's just, I love seeing how much the community cares about their kids. And that is something that, resonated so much with me about St. Thomas and why I'm excited to be here. We're excited to be here and why it's going to be a good fit.
There's a tidbit that just crossed my mind. You said Will Johnston.
Mm-hmm.
That's who beat LSU this past week. The same name, Texas A&M pitcher.
Oh, sure.
Will Johnston. Pitched 4 shutout innings on LSU. Same. I wonder if they're kin.
No, so it's Johnson.
Oh,
Will
Johnson.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
not
yeah.
Johnston. Okay, so
he snuck by you on that.
There you go. All right,
yeah,
it's a little different.
100%.
So tell me the difference between East Coast football and, since you've had a little taste of Mississippi and now Louisiana.
Yeah.
What is the difference in your opinion, from the South and the East Coast?
Oh, it's a great question. So the biggest thing I noticed first and foremost is that universally there's the speed and athleticism and the intensity of the game down here. It manifests itself differently in how you prepare, in the types of players that you're going to see week to week. Lots of speed. Whereas up north, you can expect to see more of that bruising style of football. You're going to have tough kids. You're going to have wrestling is such a massive presence on the East Coast and in the Northeast. You really see it actually in the football.
Yeah.
Whereas down here, I mean, you're playing against some of the best athletes in the entire country. I mean, universally from week to week. And so it's different. They're both very high level, as as being a part of the Northeast. But, it is a yin and a yang, if you will.
Yeah.
It is a different presentation.
I know baseball has become more popular in the South the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
But basketball is not as important as the East Coast. Basketball is important.
Oh, my goodness. We in high school, some of my favorite memories is like me and my friends going to see some of like our District 1 playoff games, and even in District 12, some of those playoff games from Philadelphia were memories I'll never forget, where you have 15, 20,000 spectators.
We're talking about Kobe Bryant being out of Philly.
That's right, yeah, out of Lower Merion High School, yeah. And I mean, even those wars between Lower Merion and Chester, Kobe Bryant's time at Lower Merion's a little bit behind my time, but even Rondé Hollis Jefferson at Chester, who played for the Brooklyn Nets, and that run that those guys had, I mean, it is well represented in Philadelphia basketball.
Just for our fans here, I got to throw this at you. We'll have fun with it, all right? There's no harm here.
Yeah.
But Ben Simmons played at LSU.
Right, yeah.
He took a bad route, right?
That's right.
He's not in Philly anymore.
That's correct.
He's in Brooklyn, right?
Mm-hmm.
When's Philly going to win it all, man? I mean, they've got a great center.
Right, they do have a great center.
Maybe the best center in the league that nobody really says it.
Right.
But, I mean, what do they need to do to get there?
Oh, man. I plead the fifth on this one.
I got you.
At the end of the day, I think that the pieces were there, and I thought they, were able to develop maybe that chemistry to be able to be successful. But there always seemed like there was one piece missing. There's
no Dr. J.
Yeah, my prayer is that it's all about continuity. It's all about chemistry. The best teams are able to achieve that.
Man, those Dr. J, Julius Irving teams are phenomenal. Then the Barclays.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Andrew Tonys.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got a great center. And They've had some good seasons. They just can't
take that next step.
Well, Brooklyn's got that problem too. They just can't
Well, yeah,
get over the top.
And I think continuity, when you watch, especially, I mean, a lot of the NBA East right now, the continuity is going to be the difference that allows you to go all the way.
It's wide open. Golden State's really not the team, but last year at this time they weren't very good.
Right. Yeah.
So it's wide open. The Lakers are not very good right now. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Throw it up and find out.
See what happens. Will it be finally Indiana's year?
Yeah,
they can't get across. Milwaukee's done a great job.
They have done a great job.
Phenomenal players.
Yeah, and with Ja Morant now and the issues that he's facing, I mean, it just continues to add that turmoil. So
Memphis. Yeah.
So I guess we're gonna have to figure it out.
I'm a Rockets fan because I'm friends with the general manager of the Houston Rockets. So I'm a Rockets guy.
I got you.
They got an LSU guy on the team.
Okay, well represented. Well, that another thing though to counter the point I made. Louisiana basketball for sure. I mean, great athletes, unbelievable competition. So the culture is here for it to be well represented.
And our
for
high
sure.
school coaches would agree with me.
Yeah.
The passion here is in the community, but it doesn't get the promoting like it does on the East Coast.
Right, and it's a shame because the athletes here that what I have seen, even at the small school level, I mean, it is very high level basketball.
Yeah,
you
take the top 5 D1 basketball players out of Louisiana, they all become successful. You've got them going to Georgetown still.
Right.
You've got them going actually Houston University, who was number 1 at one time this year. 2 of their best players in the last 5 years are from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Right.
So. There's talent there. It's just we need to promote basketball more in Louisiana.
Yeah, I would agree.
But, Coach, appreciate you being on.
Lee, thank you. This was a pleasure. Appreciate it.
We'll get some Italian food later on.
Yep.
You get to sit in. We're going to tape another show at Holy Cross. And, again, everybody go to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. It's free, so you get the shows sent to you. Or go to wherever you get your podcast. We're on Podbean. Or go to Twitter. We'll promote it on Twitter, Facebook, all those. I'm just not on TikTok. Okay, so I'm just not on TikTok. I got to work, I got to do something. But, Coach, I appreciate it.
Lee, thank you very much.
Thank you,
appreciate
Coach.
having me on.
I want to thank your offensive coordinator for joining us,
Yes.
Who did a great job. Appreciate everything. And Casey, we got to promote Casey Reed, Kendrell Perry, their highlights, and all the players coming back. We didn't talk about every kid, but go support St. Thomas Aquinas this year. And they've got a great team, great staff, and we'll see everybody real soon.
Thanks for listening to the Sports Scouting Report podcast with Lee Burkeen.